Tonight on EA Sports, it's the NFC Divisional Round Playoffs on EA Sports. It's the Washington football team taking on the Minnesota Vikings.
We are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Coming up, an important divisional round matchup in the NFC between the Minnesota Vikings and the Washington football team. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Washington team as they interplay here. They come in feeling good after back-to-back victories. Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Vikings, they've gone a full half season since their last loss, winners of 8 in a row.
And you don't get on win streaks like this without your defense playing a big role. They've created quite an identity, and I know they want and expect this streak to get to 9.
And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. And they will be led out by their 6'3" quarterback.
Eddie Moore that did his part in the wild card win with 3 touchdown passes. Now, he's going to get a bigger test here in round 2, but his unit is in rhythm, and they're playing as well as they have all year long. I wouldn't be surprised if this defense, though, tried to get after him early with a little extra pressure. If he can handle that, he can have another big game, though.
He's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front and linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves them back 5. They are pushed back 5 yards by the delay of game, 2nd and 8. They run the counter. It's Rice, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. A yard in the wrong direction makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9. Flush to his right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And that's caught inside the 35. A big connection on that one. 30 yards.
Brandon, we've both been around the game long enough that we know that in pregame, defenses are pretty amped up, aren't they? I mean, they're pounding lockers, and they can't wait to get out there. But when you hit them with some big pass plays early, it takes the starch right out of them.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He finds his man complete. It's Roth. I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. They'll set up to throw.
Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted.
Picked off by Jalen Ramsey. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down.
Got a man. It's De'Ami Brown, complete.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
That was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Gibson here running out of the gun.
And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. 3 yards on the pickup there, but they've only got it back to 3rd and 10.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And a nice job there defensively. They get him to the ground short of the 1st, right around the 42. Feeling like they're not quite in field goal range yet. They're going to go for it on 4th.
They'll go. It's Gibson.
Going absolutely nowhere. He'll wind up losing a yard or 2.
Washington goes for it, but it does not pan out.
And the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. Now out comes their leader and the captain of this offense back onto the field. And he had to be pleased at the start of the last drive. The offense was moving, but certainly not pleased at the end result, an interception.
And every team we ever talk to, at some point in the conversation, the coach, player, someone talks about, you know, we've got to finish. We've got to finish off drives, finish off the game. There's an example there of not finishing, doing everything right, but not getting the result that you need.
They go play action here on 1st down. They'll roll him out right. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a halt. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw.
That's complete to Justin Jefferson. And they're going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 32-yard line.
On 1st down, Rice.
Tackle made by Chase Young.
Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards, but also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. A great play there. 26 yards.
And the Vikings are on the board first here in this division round matchup. Extra point by Sly is up and good.
And it's now a 7-0 game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that the Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack.
John Franklin Myers.
It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. He'll drop to throw. In trouble, and the ball's out. It's in the end zone loose.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
In trouble, and the ball's out. It's in the, and it looks like the offense did get the football back, but it is is clearly in that end zone, and it's going to be a safety. Now, after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. Fielded at about the 28.
Oh, good-looking return set up here.
Now whistles, and we've got a man down. A man down here following the kickoff. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked.
And now off to the races down the right side. And finally out of bounds, just a few yards short of the goal line at the 3.
115 yards rushing for him now as he goes over the century mark here in this divisional round matchup.
Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a first-and-goal situation.
Cook.
And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's second and goal.
Again, it's Cook.
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota.
Dalvin Cook.
A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Vikings are going to add on to their lead.
Extra point by Sly is up and good.
And that could be important as that makes this a 16-point lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. Washington ready to try again on offense.
And last time they surrendered the safety, we know they don't want to do that again.
That is just one of those oddities in scoring that we get. And it's just so strange to see that go up on the board. And then you got to make sure that that doesn't happen to your team again. They've got to take care of the ball.
But boy, it juices up the defense.
Oh, without a doubt. That's a great way to score some points.
Second and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And yeah, I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy.
And here's another tackle made at the line, so they're converging well on the football now. Call it no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. Now back to throw. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. Well, instead of 4th down after the incompletion, it'll be 1st down, roughing the passer.
Coaches love their defenses to be aggressive, but they want them to be smart as well. Have to leave the quarterback alone at a certain point.
And Rudolph has it, the tight end. A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's 2nd down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Now we're at the 41, 2nd and 9.
He'll look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and the Vikings pick up the football. And they are going to bring this one back. It's a fumble return, a scoop and score for the Vikings. This first half has been a nightmare for that offense. Defense just dominating them.
And when you're picking up the ball, picking up their mistakes, and taking it the other way and putting it in the end zone, that's a defense's dream. They're having that type of a game.
Everything that can go wrong has gone wrong for this offensive unit. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return.
And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3 and out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have
pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up 3rd. They'll look to throw here. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down.
Washington going to send out their punter
as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Returnable here from the 38. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Vikings, they'll be set up well as they take over in great field position. 1st and 10. Out comes this field general once more, leading his offense back onto the field. And it's actually been out of the backfield, handing the ball off where they've had a lot of success. So if you're the quarterback, do you just maybe say, you know, maybe this isn't my day, our running game's going so well, you just continue to lean on that?
I agree. That's exactly what you do. And you have to kind of take your ego and put it aside, because you always think your next throw is going to be your best throw, right? Your next play is going to be your best play. Lean on what's working for you right now. That should help carry your team to victory if things keep going in the direction that they are.
Yeah, because the formula has them the lead currently.
2nd and 6.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. A great effort there. 40 yards.
And the Vikings continue to pull the playoff surprise as they lead big here on the road.
And they use that height on the outside to get the score.
We've seen the evolution of the wide receivers.
And now before we get to the extra point, remember all touchdowns do have to be confirmed by the replay official. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right.
They'll try and throw for it. Being chased out left. And, boy, talk about adding insult to injury. He's into the end zone to tack on 2 more. So the signal caller doing it himself there on the 2-point try.
You got to like that. We always talk about the ball staying in the hands of the best players, but most of the time you want to get it to a back, pitch it to a wide receiver. In this case, the quarterback did it himself.
Here again comes the captain of this offense leading his crew back out there now. And he has not really been able to have a lot of comfort back there in the pocket. Pressure's been coming at him a lot, hasn't it?
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. They've got to be a little shell-shocked. Down double digits at home in the playoffs. Still in the first half. They've got to turn things around quickly. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
A good solid game there on first down, but the defense has to be happy they didn't let it pop for anything bigger.
Here's a 2nd and 7. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Washington on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 7. They'll set up a throw. And this one hauled in by Rudolph. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll check on his status when we get back. They'll look to throw now on first down. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. That catch good for only a couple.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Little pitch and catch here to Rudolph. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down. Second quarter action, 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend. We remind you, as we've done all year, that coming up at halftime, we will visit with Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll let you know what's going on here on a very eventful divisional round weekend. Washington going to send out their punter as he'll kick it away for the second time. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. Looking up into the lights, and he muffs it. And he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. They are clicking on all cylinders. They seem to be just scoring at will right now, and that's why they've opened up this big lead.
You know, we always talk about getting into the zone, and all athletes are seeking that, aren't they? Where everything is working for them, every move they make works, it clicks, and they are on point right now.
Yeah, they are in that zone that you're talking about. And quickly, they get to the line. Running game working, they'll stick with it on first down. Finding some room at midfield. And finally taken down at the 44-yard line. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Eluding the pressure right. Give him a couple on the scramble in second down.
Nice job there defensively. A great time to dial up a blitz.
And give him credit under center instead of throwing it away. Actually a pretty good job of getting past the line of scrimmage, not losing yardage. Here's 2nd and 8. Escaping the pressure right. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
And that's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
They'll drop to throw. This is caught by Robinson. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. First down, here's the run with Cook. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. A great play there. There to make the grab. And the Vikings are able to add on to their first half lead.
And that was a beautiful ball right there as he waited for his tight end to come uncovered in the end zone, so give him points for patience as well. Delivered it right where it needed to be for 6 points.
The extra point by Sly is up and good, and that will extend this big lead. So that a 7-play, 80-yard drive. And it's polished off by a Viking score. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25.
And time again to see Terry McLaurin in the Washington offense.
They've got to be thinking, how can we get him a little bit more involved here? Second quarter, you're down, and really, he's been out of the mix.
I would agree with that, and oftentimes you hear, well, we're just taking what the defense is giving us. But sometimes that's just not good enough. Sometimes you have to take what you want, and that means getting him the football.
Yeah, so far just a single catch in this game. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. Second down and inches. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Brown. Now a signal and a timeout call, as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Back to throw again. Little pitch and catch here to Rudolph. So we've come upon halftime. All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime. A trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway. No run back here to begin the half, and we will start at the 25-yard line. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And Charles, that had to be an interesting locker room at halftime. This is a team that's had so much success this year. Haven't really had to deal with a lot of adversity at halftime, to be honest, but now here they are with their playoff lives on the line.
And I think when you're alluding to that interesting locker room, you're just wondering, how are they handling that bit of adversity that they're seeing right now? Because I think this is a team that has to look to lean on the veterans at this point. We know we're better than this. We've proved it all season. Let them disseminate that confidence through the locker room. But this opening drive, it'll be an important one for them to give them a little jolt of confidence moving forward.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And a quick throw here that's complete. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. So they'll wind up losing 5 yards on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And taken right on the 30. It's a 39-yard punt, 8 on the return, and the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the second half. And last time out, another touchdown, and I think there may be some empty seats around here by the time the 4th quarter comes around.
Yeah, I have to agree with you because this one's just about decided. But you know who benefits from all those empty seats? Who? You and me, trying to get to the airport.
That's
the road
true.
to be fairly clear
by the time we have to leave
the booth.
And he's got room. And he's a long ways into Washington territory before hitting the turf. 81 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. One of the reasons that this team is on this win streak, big runs like that.
When you see runs like that broken off, you know this is a team that's confident running the football. A big reason why this streak has occurred, they've come together, had a plan, and stuck to it. And when you get big-time runs like that, it makes it easier to stay with it, doesn't it?
And his kick here is good. And that will just add 3 more to a lead that's already out of hand. So as it turns out, a 2-play drive resulting in the field goal. So tack on 3 more, though this, it's just a rare drive where they did not find the end zone.
Yeah, you're right about that, partner. But at this point, I don't think you're too concerned about that. You just want to possess the football for a while and drain the clock. If you can get 3 out of it, that's great, too.
They've gone to their fullback quite a bit. He'll get it again. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. And again, they'll go right back to their fullback. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
I know a lot of times we like to put players in certain boxes. He does this and he does that. But this guy, he can do a little bit of everything. He's not just a lead blocker or a guy who protects the passer. Handing the ball, he might want to get out of the way.
A give to the fullback on the dive. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10 here as we sit in the third quarter of this divisional round matchup. On the give, this is their fullback. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. Now an inside draw. This is their fullback. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down. Washington going to send out their punter as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. Oh, boy, he fielded it right on the goal line. A good head-down running on the return. Gets about 15 yards. And the Vikings will be backed up deep to begin their drive as they take over 1st and 10. And now out comes Minnesota. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. 2nd and 1. And he whips that one incomplete there. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
On 3rd down, Grove. Oh, he's got a little daylight. There he goes, left side. 20. 10, 5, and finally out of bounds just a few yards short of the goal line at the 3. A big gain there on 3rd and long. So down inside the 5-yard line. I have to say, really just a poor job defensively there.
You're exactly right. As a former defensive back, that was not played well at all. But give credit to the offense and give credit to the guy running the football. He gets it down all the way inside the 5.
And now what the heck is this? A punt formation from the red zone? And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Now we get another look at Washington on offense. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. He'll look to throw. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
There's a nice pickup right there, and after watching that play, I'm thinking about all the lost opportunities that they've had so far in this game. But right now, just focus on continuing to move the ball the way they did on the last play.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
Well, maybe this offense has learned something from watching their counterparts work. I'm wondering if their coaching staff said, let's do what they've been doing the entire game, because that's worked well. This offense, they have not looked particularly good all game long, but a nice throw there for a good gain and a 1st down.
Back to throw now on 1st down. And a pitch and catch here to Rudolph. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. Back to throw. This will be caught once again by Brown. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Oh, always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tougher, guys trying to get to the football.
They'll go option on second down, right side. So that was all you're looking for on a play like that. Get the first down and keep the drive moving.
Yeah, it just looked to me like he just said to himself, I've got this. I'll take it. I'll pick it up, and let's keep moving. Get the first down, get a new set, and let's start over.
Touchdown! A 14-yard touchdown.
And Washington able to at least knock this deficit down a bit.
Well, after their wild card round game last week, you and I said, well, they played pretty well. Maybe they got a shot at keeping this one close. They've done more than keep this one close.
Yeah, they've made quite a statement, haven't they? And I don't know if it was the week off that hurt this defense, but they've been flat from the get-go, and that's always a coach's fear. Okay, you earn the open week, but you wonder how they'll respond with that extra time off.
Yeah, it seems like they've been running uphill all game. Point after, right down the middle, as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Minnesota now ready for their next possession. They have all but booked their ticket to the NFC Championship game next weekend, and they'll look to finish things off here now in this fourth quarter.
They'll run on first down. Grove, and he'll wind up with about 6 up past the 30 to the 31.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge. Well, partner, nothing but praise from me for this offense. They have been tremendous all night long. They knew what they had to do to unlock the defense. And let's face it, this has been a master class in offensive football that we've been here to witness.
And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Washington territory. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
5 yards remain on second down.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. It's caught on the right side by Robinson. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be third down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line.
129 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on third down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, third down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Now the intended receiver out of the backfield was Jalen Samuels. And now it's 2nd down. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. The Vikings on third down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 17. And some room to roam now. Past the 20. And he'll go out of bounds, making it all the way down to the 5. A big gain there on 3rd and long. Big run here in the 4th as they continue to wear down this defense.
And that's when the offensive line coach clicks onto the headset and says, head coach, offense coordinator, let my guys fire out and hit people. We're wearing them down. Let's finish them off with the running game.
And now what the heck is this? A punt formation from the red zone? And here's a very low line drive, almost whiffed on it.
Washington takes over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll.
Their hopes of advancing past this divisional round hanging by a thread, if that, as they begin here with a 1st and 10 on the wrong side of the scoreboard.
And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They can go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. It looks like a 12-yard loss there on the first down sack. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle.
Quick slant to Brown.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back.
They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. And now a carry here for their fullback. And they will get this across midfield, but still well short of the first as he's dropped at the 46. Now after the punt on that play, we've got a man down on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. And they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be spotted at the 14-yard line.
Minnesota's offense takes over possession.
And a few kneel downs should come very close to finishing this one off, depending on whether or not we see any defensive timeouts. They still have 2, but using them would just be prolonging what's really already been decided. That one looks like he'll throw here.
Catch is made here by Irv Smith Jr.
And he'll be taken down, but they've got this one up to the 35-yard line.
Oh, a lot of credit to the play caller here. He saw the design in his mind and implemented it. A little zone stretcher here because they started the tight end on the left side of the formation and sent him on a crossing route. And this works really well when you can find that space between levels, and they were able to do so for good yardage.
On first down, Grove.
And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4.
2nd and 6.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. And some room to maneuver. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he almost made it, but just short. Finally out of bounds, right down around the goal line. And now what the heck is this? A punt formation from the red zone? And now a low liner. I think he mishit it.
Washington will take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
A look at Washington as they come onto the field.
It certainly has not been the outing that they envisioned on their home turf in the divisional round of the playoffs, and they have been pushed around, and now their backs against the wall.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the offense does cover this one, but back inside their own 5-yard line.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
And the Vikings will continue on in these playoffs as we say so long, everybody. So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Good night, everybody.